What's up, everybody? It's your boy Corey, KGQ Sync, back for a look. Tongue-tied another reaction video. Yeah, that was a loud clap. Anyway, finally we're here. Death Battle, Hulk versus Godzilla. They ain't putting no parentheses such as series, such as Marvel Con versus King and Monsterverse or whatever they want to call it. They didn't do that. Just simply put Hulk versus Godzilla and Death Battle. So this should be a pretty interesting fight. I'm just curious about this. Will Hulk finally get a win in Death Battle? So far he's 0-2. So yeah, just curious about this. Get ahead, guys. Heads up, and see me reach around. Just me trying to reset so there's something going on my memory chip. My camera, I gotta get a new one. So that's why in case you see me, just me doing some cut-ups. But I'm gonna do this not to pause so much and break between videos like the other full reaction Death Battle videos you see me do. But anyway, let's get into it. You already know, special question, drop a comment below. Let me know what you want to react to. I already double check, make sure everything looks good. Anyway, let's get it.
The Hulk versus Godzilla.
Marvel's Green Goliath against the King of the Monsters.
Yep.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills.
So which
to find
version
out
of
who
Hulk
would
they gonna
win
use?
a death battle. What is the Hulk? Is he man? Is he monster? Or is he both?
He's a mean green smashing machine, the angry son of the Gamma Bomb.
A weapon designed by the greatest gamma
MCU
scientist of
want
all,
Savage
Dr.
Hulk back.
Robert Bruce Banner.
But just before it went off, Bruce had to be a hero and save some dumb schmuck who was hanging around the test site. Damn it, Rick.
That day, Bruce Banner died.
And became the Incredible Hulk. A pissed-off giant who must be really glad Bruce wears the purple stretch fit.
Standing 8 feet tall and stronger than 10 million men, the Hulk emerges when Banner's anger flares.
Don't make him
The
angry.
old TV show
You
when
won't
they
like
paint
him
a
when
old
he's
dude
angry.
green.
But it's even more complex than that. Banner suffers from dissociative identity disorder, with many different Hulks embodying alternate personalities.
Like Joe Fixit, the
He's been
original
showing
Grey
up quite a
Hulk.
bit
He's
recently,
a
a
cunning
lot
gangster
more.
and the only Hulk who's got that drip.
The Devil Hulk is a violent, overprotective personality that Banner unintentionally manifested as a result of his father's abuse.
Holy shit! Somebody actually
They
drew
sure
this.
show him
But the
beat the
Hulk
kid
everyone
with the
knows,
you know
the
what
big
the
guy,
king
is known as Savage Hulk. It seems he also developed from parental abuse, hence his childlike personality. Though I'd argue he's more clever than you
was the
expect.
car.
The angrier he is, the stronger he gets, with no limit.
Except for one, Bruce Banner. See, Banner's relationship with the Hulk is complicated.
Oh, they hate each other.
Mostly. Occasionally, they can come to an understanding. The alter best representing this would be the Professor
Hulk,
a
what they
balanced
showed,
blend
yeah.
of Banner's brain
He's
and
cool
the
for a while,
Hulk's
but we
brawn.
kind of miss the Hulk. We
Buffest
kind of miss
nerd
the
you'll
Savage
ever meet.
Hulk
But
now.
what about when Bruce takes a step back? If he isn't trying to restrain the Hulk, what do you get?
The Green Scar.
The World Breaker.
World Breaker.
Without Bruce's temperament,
We want
the
him
Hulk's
in
power
the
and
MCU.
fury surges, mixing Savage's rising strength with the personality and cunning of a warlord. The Green Scar is no mere superhero. He's a king and a conqueror.
Hulk is strong enough to lift 150 billion tons of rock, jump from New Mexico to Florida in a single bound, and shake all the dimensions connected by the crossroads at once. He was pinned down by the spear of Proxima Midnight, which holds the weight of a star, and was fine. And when we say World Breaker, we mean it. While sparring with Red She-Hulk, the two of them shattered a whole planet.
At one point, he was bound in chains forged from the essence of the first firmament, the manifestation of the first universe, which could bind eternity itself. Not even Galactus was capable of saving eternity alone, and the Hulk just broke it. By himself.
Maybe Thor should rethink calling himself the strongest Avenger, especially since the Avengers first assembled because none of them could take down Hulk on their own.
Speaking of Thor, the Hulk can.
Oh, well, we had to get ads.
Hi, we're streaming in Ever.
Come
Here's
on,
how
we're
we created our
skilled,
custom
we're
shop
skilled,
for
we're
class
skilled. Here we
project.
go.
The Hulk consistently battles on par with him, even when he held the Odin Force, with which he could command his hammer through infinite distances and match the power of Null, who killed countless Celestials.
Yeah.
Even without
Thor
it,
still
Mjolnir can
lost that
cross the
fight. I saw
universe
that
in
comedy Kingdom
seconds.
Black.
Hulk tore a universe apart with just a clap. Good luck with that, Hammer Man. But the Green
Noah
Guy's
actually
got
called him a
way
little
more
guy
going on
as
than
well
just
too during that
brute
fight.
As the Hulk's power stems from gamma, he could utilize and absorb it and other radiation in various ways.
Yeah, like regenerating from fatal wounds. Even getting ripped apart by Wolverine barely slows him down.
And the angrier he gets, the more regenerating cells his body produces.
It gets weirder. Did you know that if he absorbs enough gamma, he can shoot lasers from his eyes and read people's minds? Oh, also, he can see ghosts and give him a good old-fashioned Hulk smash.
Hulk can break through the boundaries of comic book borders themselves into the empty white between panels, a gutter space beyond time and concept.
What, like how She-Hulk can for some reason break the fourth wall and talk
Yeah,
to the reader?
we want-
Oh, wait, that makes sense now. It's all gamma.
Exactly.
We
In
had
real
that's one of the
life,
worst,
gamma rays
the
are
worst MCU
electromagnetic
series.
radiation similar
She-Hulk,
to X-rays.
But
disappointing.
in Marvel Comics, gamma comes from hell.
They
On
ruined
Earth
the Abomination,
616,
especially
gamma
the crew tried
radiation
to
is an
the Wrecking Crew. They
frequency
ruined,
that
they
can
ruined a bunch of
manifest as
stuff.
either a
Tried
wave,
on
a
Daredevil, like
particle,
come on.
or something else.
And I actually like
Something
She-Hulk in
that
the combo,
nobody
especially the
really
cartoon when they had
understands.
that
Except for
Agent
Bruce.
Smash. I actually like She-Hulk.
Dr. Banner
That's
is a
She-Hulk, but
certified
that
genius
version,
with 7 PhDs.
terrible.
According to Norman Osborn, he's the 4th smartest person on the planet.
And that's comparing him to big brains like Reed, Doom, and Tony.
Yeah,
Banner
it's
built the
confirmed Reed
Arclighter
is the
synchrotron,
smartest person
a
in
machine that
MC
can
in
scan
the
the
Marvel
entire
Comics in general.
multiverse
Reed
with the speed
Richards,
of a
aka
hypermind.
Mr.
He created the
Fantastic.
Gamma Core, which could rupture space-time between universes. He built an interstellar radio on a deserted planet without any pre-established technology. He wired up Hulk like a starship, piloting him from the mindscape within. He even built an ultimate nullifier. In fact, the original intent of his Gamma Bomb was to be non-lethal, only targeting inorganic material.
But Thunderbolt Ross wanted something with a bit more boom. Hey, can't blame him.
Fearing its ramifications, Banner developed the Gamma Bomb on his own, keeping its design secret. In the process, he tapped into an unknown form of gamma energy that breaks down reality and mutates it beyond
Here's Leader.
actuality. On that fateful day, he opened the Green Door.
You know how we said the bomb killed Bruce? That wasn't some flowery metaphor or whatever. He died and came back as Hulk.
Came back from the below place, the hell beneath hell, the lowest possible dimension of reality.
It's trippy, but whenever Hulk dies, he goes there. Then a green door opens and he goes back to where he was before. Easy as that. It doesn't matter if he's been atomized, sliced up into jars, or digested by werewolves. If he goes through the door, he's back, ready to rumble. The green door did get locked into a red door, but he's easily broken through it multiple times. Not a problem.
It turns out that third form of gamma, this anomaly from the bedrock of hell, spawns from none other than the one below all. The dark side of the one above all.
That's right.
Yeah, it's been
God
confirmed.
has a Hulk, and it wants Bruce to bring about the end of all things. But Hulk just said, nah.
So, what is the Hulk? An uncontrollable monster? A prison for a tortured soul? A super weapon for Armageddon?
Don't overthink it, Wiz. Hulk is Hulk, and Hulk's the strongest one there is.
Okay, so now we're getting to Godzilla.
The year was 1946. The press gathered at Bikini Atoll to witness the power of the nuclear bomb. But many leagues beneath their feet, something ancient stirred.
Godzilla!
Originally
the
Godzilla,
king
the
of
first era movie,
monsters.
he was a villain.
He was pretty pissed off over the worst wake-up ever, so he swam to Japan for one hell of a crash out.
Japan was still recovering from the war, so seeing this mutilated radioactive monster towering high like a mushroom cloud wasn't just frightening, it seemed prophetic. The bomb was just the beginning. Man had sparked the end of times.
Complete with googly eyes, and the most epic roar ever.
Yeah, that's Connor Roar.
Over the years, there have been many iterations of the beast.
Between movies, TV, comics, and cartoons,
I never
there's
did
at
watch
least
that
27
cartoon.
different Godzillas stomping
Especially
around.
not the cartoon
including
with
Manila,
Godzilla,
the scrappy duo
where he tried to
kaiju. Sorry,
rebrand as
that's
Godzilla. You know what I'm talking about from the
insulting to
1998
the
movie.
variety,
That was
Godzilla
terrible. I did
is
not like
somewhat
that movie. Then they
consistent,
made a cartoon
so we'll
version
examine
of
his
it. I
entire
ain't watched that
history,
either.
focusing on the larger releases. In most iterations, Godzilla is a rare theropod that went dormant for millions of years before nuclear bombs mutated it into a gargantuan radioactive monster.
Standing 165
Minus
feet
one was
tall
good. They
at
went,
minimum,
in my opinion, they
Doji
went back to the
smashes
old
through
roots of
skyscrapers with ease.
Godzilla.
He's so casual
Shin
about
Godzilla,
bullets
I never
and rockets,
did
they might
watch
as well
that
be
one.
gnats.
I
And
just
the
didn't-
bombs
I didn't
have
like
so
the
much
design
more
of
than
that.
just
It's the
pump
way
up
his
his
arms
size.
were.
He's got atomic breath.
A concentrated beam or spray of radioactive heat. With an estimated range of
Yeah, that atomic
1,100
breath from-
miles, it
from
can exceed
Godzilla
500,000
-1.
degrees Celsius, almost 90
People
times
say,
hotter
and
than
I
the
agree,
surface of
almost
the
like the
sun.
Kamehameha
But
way, you
depending
know, from
on how
Dragon
much
Ball
radiation
Z.
he's absorbed, or life energy from a giant
I
pterodactyl,
think we are
he
going
can
to
do
get
way
we are
more
getting
with
new
it.
Godzilla
Red
and
spiral
Kong. I
ray
think
is a
they are trying to bring
supercharged
in
version
Space
that doubles in
Godzilla,
heat
which
and
yeah.
power, and spins.
Or he can blast it out of his back and fly. Well, he could always do that, I guess. Look at him go.
With enough energy built up, Godzilla can blast a nuclear pulse out of his whole body, creating a massive wave of atomic destruction.
His breathing laser can even break through dimensions, like when he found himself face to face with a giant mech piloted by Hatsune Miku.
There's also a number of era-exclusive powers. Shin Godzilla can fire rays from his
Yeah.
tail.
And Hanna-Barbera Godzilla can fire rays from his eyes. Pew, pew.
Effectively a living nuclear reactor, Shin possesses a natural phased array radar that can detect and attack threats automatically. And Godzilla Earth, who grew over 1,000 feet tall across 2,000 years, could make a barrier only penetrable by kaiju that can bypass physics.
And don't forget, Big G can ball with the best of them. After Charles Barkley got him his own pair of Nikes, Godzilla got busy.
You know, it's kind of hard to emphasize just how impressively terrifying Godzilla can be when you're bringing up this sort of thing.
Oh yeah? Why don't you find a better spokesperson for Dr. Pepper? Fine, let's talk about when his presence boiled the entire Arctic Ocean, or how he picked up and threw Biolante, which weighed 200,000 tons, or when he no-sold not one, not two, but 3 meteors.
Including the Permian period extinction event that happened about 200 million years ago.
Then he went to hell, fought some fucked up versions of God and Satan, and atomic breath at Space Godzilla so hard that he blew up the whole planet. That's scary enough for you? God, I want a Dr. Pepper.
With such awesome might, he's battled the most dangerous of foes, like King
Ghidorah, his
Ghidorah
arch
and Gigan.
enemy.
In Godzilla vs. Megalon, Gigan flew from the M Hunter Nebula to Earth in 24 seconds, and that nebula is 30,000 light years away.
But sadly, OG Goji got done in by
Yeah.
the cruelest weapon ever.
The Oxygen Destroyer.
Crazy fun fact,
Developed in secret by
Sarazawa.
Dr.
Yeah,
Sarazawa,
the one in
this
Monsters,
weapon
he's
can
actually a
suffocate
friend, but in the
and
original series,
liquefy
he's the one who
molecules.
developed
The
that
ramifications
to
of
kill
such a weapon were
Godzilla.
so detrimental, Sarazawa took the secrets of its design to his early grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got lucky. It doesn't matter what you throw at Godzilla. He never really dies. You can blow off his head, explode him from the inside.
Yeah,
or
Godzilla
crush him
minus
in a
one, he
black
did
hole, and
survive.
He'll come back.
Or evolve into an even more powerful form. Godzilla's always possessed heightened adaptation, but many iterations clearly showcase instantaneous evolution.
And super forms. He's gone full shonen and powered up a few times. So much so, he almost kicked off a nuclear winter just by existing.
Even the Oxygen Destroyer could not permanently end the first Godzilla. His ghost possessed a
Yeah,
robot,
Kiru,
his bones
make it
summoned
Godzilla.
another Godzilla, and he rose as an undead revenant hell-bent on destroying Japan.
Okay, why Japan? Couldn't he pick on some other country?
He's stomped around the Americas a few times, but it just isn't the same. Godzilla is
Get rid of that
intrinsically
Zilla
linked with
out
Japan,
of this video.
a symbol
I do
of
not
both their
want to see Zilla.
devastation and resilience. A reminder of the threat of nuclear war and what awaits those
Yeah,
who
this
peer
movie
too
was
deeply
good.
into the
That part-
unknown.
that part was
But
sad.
Also, Japan's and Godzilla's perceived territory. To him, a stomping through Osaka is just another patrol.
He's not
Sure,
always so
Ghidorah,
bad, though. He can be
Gigan,
super
Godzilla,
protective,
Kaiser,
defending other
Ghidorah,
monsters,
Kong,
his
Baby
own
Godzilla,
kid, and
Space
sometimes
Godzilla.
even people. I'd say there's 2 types of Godzillas. The monster of nature's wrath and the guardian of planet Earth.
Well, there is a third type, but to understand that, we should first answer a question. How does Godzilla walk?
On two legs, Wiz, obviously.
But according to Square Cube law, those legs should be crushed under his own weight.
Oh god, here we go again.
A creature like Godzilla cannot realistically exist. This proved to be an elusive question for decades, even highlighted in Shin Godzilla, until a new theory was presented in the anime Singular Point. If Godzilla can't exist in our reality, what if he's from a different one?
What? Like he's an alien from another dimension?
Exactly! What if all kaiju come from a higher plane of existence with no regard for the known laws of physics? This dimension enters our reality in the form of archetype, a transtemporal conceptual particle.
It's that red dust that's floating all over the place.
This archetype can enter any timeline to terraform the Earth, and this theoretically explains why various Godzillas appear in so many universes. They all trace back to one singular point: Godzilla Ultima.
Sporting the wide grin of a demonic Oni, Ultima is vicious. Just walking through Tokyo started 1,000 earthquakes around Japan. Even his own blood is a weapon.
Over 300 feet tall and growing ever more as archetype
I
distorts
did
the
not
universe,
see this. I got a
Ultima's
little more
existence
detail about
implies
this
a
one.
far more complex origin for all Godzillas. Godzilla is a test for humanity, a challenge laid out by an eldritch entity from a dimension we are incapable of perceiving or comprehending.
It's kind of like how when we move an object and its shadow changes, we get why that happened. But to someone who exists in only a 2D plane, the shadow looks like it just randomly transformed into something totally different. Crazy to think about. Come a really long way from Big Lizard Smash Building, huh?
This shadow, this wannabe god, desires to play with and destroy every single universe.
And Godzilla is its avatar.
Through Ultima.
No, that.
Sometimes life can be a little messy, but with next-gen Novella Performance Fabric at Ash.
Through Ultima, this entity sees the universe as an interactable fiction and can control causality. Ultima himself is a singular point, one of many gateways through which the entity can tamper with reality.
Think of it this way. If something happens that the entity doesn't like, it can just say, that thing didn't actually happen, and presto, it no longer happened.
That's not to say such an event can't happen in the moment of occurrence, but the entity disconnects cause and effect and nullifies events in retrospect without regard for time.
And now my head hurts. TLDR, Ultima tried to bring about a catastrophe that would end the universe in like a week's time. So, a wacky robot and a time-traveling Alexa used a supercomputer and this familiar-looking doohickey,
The orthogonal diagonalizer.
to zap all of Archetype into its final form, cutting off the entity's connection to the universe.
But not killing it. Because while each Godzilla has its
Yeah,
differences,
show that.
one thing remains
Godzilla
certain.
killing Zilla.
Godzilla is immortal, and that makes him the king.
Look at the skulls.
Okay, yeah, just
Gaze
see right
into
there. Just
their
had to fit some of
eyes.
my
Now
camera.
you are completely hypnotized.
Alright, I'm gonna skip over this. I'm ready for the fight.
.deathbattle.gg.
Alright, here we go.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Are they? Okay, they're using
Godzilla has
-1
reached
to
the city.
design.
So far, the evacuation is. Wait, look!
Yeah, for sure. Wonder where this design Hulk come from. I gotta look that up. Oh, that can't be it.
All right, Hulk. Time for me to take over. We don't want any trouble.
No! Hulk, stay!
Okay, it worked. Working. So you decided you -1 Godzilla. Good time of breath. Yeah, well, I think he can absorb the radiation. I think Hulk might pull this off. I won't be mad Godzilla win either. But then again, both of them can absorb radiation, so that's why I wonder. Yeah, how he's going to get past that? Thunderclap. Is that it?
Stupid lizard.
Okay, I was about to say, it's gonna be a super short fight. Oh yeah, they're talking about the door.
I think I understand.
Oh crap.
It's been days since the battle began, and the red dust is spreading. Godzilla has grown in size, but we believe we are...
I can never take no news reporter job.
How does it work?
Well, smash.
So they seem like this days, they've been fighting for days non-stop.
1,000,000,000,000,000 to 1 and rising. That's the odds. Chance to nullify the madness behind the monster. 2 + 2 is 5. A right angle is 80 degrees. This element is beyond what we can perceive. Like gamma. 1,000 times. 1,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. I just need 1.
Oh!
You did it, big guy.
This one, the first one. Okay. Pretty interesting fight.
Okay, run this by me.
Yeah.
It's complicated, so let's break this down into 3 categories. First up, power. Most versions of Godzilla can shrug off black holes and extinction level events, tag beyond light speed foes like Gigan, blow up planets. However, the Hulk is beyond that.
The big guy clapped a universe to bits and shook the infinite dimensions
Yeah.
linked to the crossroads. In a straight fight with a classic Godzilla, 616 Hulk
Yeah.
smashes the power advantage.
But factoring in Ultima changes things. The entity sees all of space-time and can manipulate its results at a whim. No matter how strong the Hulk got, Ultima could potentially negate it.
But Hulk broke chains made of the first firmament, which could overwhelm eternity.
An abstract concept of a being not entirely unlike Ultima's entity.
Yeah,
Even a
Eternity's
small
time
piece
itself.
of the first firmament could break the multiverse. Plus, Hulk kept up with Odin Force Thor, who is also on a celestial level of power.
So
Correct,
the
well, I
gap
seen
in
no
power
kill
becomes
Celestial
nebulous.
after
Still,
even
unless Hulk could remove
defeated
Ultima
2
from the
Celestials
equation,
with
neither held a
symbiotes.
clear advantage in power and stats.
Especially when you look at their immortality.
This was practically a never-ending death loop. Even with their healing factors, both could technically kill each other, but then just come right back.
The green door instantly appears when Hulk goes to the below place, and the higher dimensional entity could always summon a replacement Godzilla avatar. So both Hulk and Godzilla could not stay dead.
Unless they could somehow prevent what was happening in those other dimensions. So let's examine the layers of their multiverses. Marvel's cosmos has infinite higher dimensions, which themselves are transcended by the astral plane, the superflow, and so on until you reach the House of Ideas, the domain of the one above all.
Since the one below all mirrors the one above all, the below place mirrors the House of Ideas. Get it?
In comparison, the cosmos of Godzilla's multiverse is just as vast and infinite, but does not have the same sort of transcending layers above and
I bet a
below.
whole bunch of
This
people
means
react
the
to this
below
I think
place,
this
the
is
Hulk's
so
respawn point
complicated.
and source of power is out of the entity's reach.
So the real question is, if they both can't die and Ultima's entity can't affect the below place, could Hulk somehow stop the entity before it destroyed the universe?
It all comes down to Gamma and Archetype. Ultima was defeated in the anime by using a trans-temporal superdimension calculator operating at infinite speeds to activate the orthogonal diagonalizer, turning Archetype against itself.
Ultima endlessly spews this stuff, so there's plenty to work with. And Hulk can reach into comic book gutter space, so he should be able to reach through a singular point. But that's not enough.
Fortunately for Hulk, it just so happens he knows someone who, like scientists who have defeated Godzilla in the past, is an expert on particles from a greater dimension that mutate reality beyond our understanding.
Who made a device with those particles that breaks space-time, like the diagonalizer? Who made a supercomputer that scanned the infinite multiverse with the speed of a hypermind, like the dimension calculator? Hell, the guy made an interstellar radio out of sticks and stones in a matter of days, and even built an ultimate nullifier. It's like he was made for this.
The Green Door waits for no Hulk, including Banner. Even if Ultima's catastrophe destroyed the universe, the door could deposit Banner in a different universe and he could continue the fight.
He had all the time in
Since
the
they're both
infinite
green, I understand why they're
multiverse.
There
using
was
two
only
different
one way
colors.
this could end, and only one person who could make it so.
Even among gods and monsters, man was the Ultima weapon.
The winner is
Bruce Banner won, okay,
Banner.
Hulk still gets
Next
one.
time on Death
All right,
Battle.
who's next? What the? Okay. Ruby versus Mako. Oh, man.
Subscribe.
This should be a very interesting fight. Okay, this is some very, very cool fight. Definitely entertaining and interesting. It's a lot. I'm gonna say that. Anyway, drop a comment below. Let me know. I'm gonna go and get this rendered ASAP. I want to get this drop for you guys right now. Anyway, comment below what you think of. You satisfied with outcome? Mad? Disappointed? Happy? Maybe. I'm an optimist. This is a very interesting fight, especially the way they explained it. Then, anyway, make sure you give a like, comment, and subscribe. Have a fantastic day. Peace.